And a legendary Arab hospitality meant being overwhelmed with invitations back to people's houses for evening meals. But as the sun sets, our minds returning to what the next day would bring.
You see this white road?
Yes.
Down we can, but up the road we can't go.
Okay.
If we go, they will punish us and beat us.
But all those fields belong to the village?
Sure, sure.
Huh. Next day, as we set off up the hill to pick near the settlement, everyone was tense. I couldn't help noticing that today no one had brought their children with them.
This is the dividing line of control. So this area to the right is where the Israelis don't want us to pick the olives.
You see the trees are dying because no plowing. Every year we came to the fields and the settlers prevented us. You see in your eyes, guys, what's going on. So we are close to the settlements. So I hope that will not happen.
The olive picking was less organised than the previous day, more furtive, expecting to have to make a run for it at any moment. We've had a phone call to say that the military have arrived and we're being told to leave. We're coming down with the olives that we picked. But it's very ignominious that these people are being told to leave their own fields. They're not allowed to harvest.
רבש ולכם ולא בשום דבר, אני דיברתי איתך, נכון? בוא, אתה מדבר עברית, בוא אליי.
אז הוא אמר לי עוד שעתיים.
לא קשור, אני אמרתי, בשביל לא לפגוע בכם.
In our training, we had a golden rule to follow what the Palestinians decided they would do. They had to live there for the rest of the time. But although the soldiers were ordering the farmers out of their fields, we spread out, climbed the trees, did our best to slow things down.
Excuse me, the settlers demand we should go, and you do what the settlers say. Now you have to support that there is a right of the Palestinians to harvest.
בסדר? ברגע שהוא יסיים. בסדר?
It seemed like a victory, however small, that at least for one day, right had won out against the might of injustice. On our last night, we were treated to Dabka Palestinian dancing in the local youth club. Everyone is expected to join in the dancing. But in what seemed no time at all, we were packing our bags to leave the town. Our weekend would be taken up with a visit to Bethlehem, and then we would return to a different West Bank town for the second week of our trip. Another complicated taxi and bus trip down through the West Bank, through Calandia traffic jam hell, an interesting encounter with soldiers on the buses, and then finally passing through the main checkpoint into Bethlehem and towards the gateway in the infamous wall. It's just jaw-dropping, isn't it?
It's a total obscenity.
The feeling that you're entering a prison is only slightly relieved by the interesting graffiti on the wall. Here is the map showing Bethlehem lying just to the south of Jerusalem. You can see the wall, marked in red, doesn't follow the UN green line, but instead encroaches several miles inside the West Bank and pushing hard up against the outskirts of the town.
Right, very nice man has just let me go onto his rooftop, and I'm on the north side of Bethlehem. What I've been trying to do is find a high spot where I can actually begin to film the wall as it snakes around, cutting off Bethlehem from Jerusalem. So there is the beginning of the wall, from where I can see it here. It seems presumably it doubles back on itself. It's snaking between the houses, and there it is. It's looking grey now. And you see it's doing a sort of S-bend and coming towards me. You can just see a road on the left-hand side. And as far as I can see, that wall then snakes around. And I can see it again there on the top of the hill. And then I lose it. There might be another little section of something there, but I'm told that construction isn't complete now.
During our weekend in Bethlehem, we did do a few touristy things. We visited the Olive Festival in the centre of Bethlehem, a celebration of Palestinian culture. We browsed the stalls set out in Manger Square, but couldn't help noticing how few other tourists there were. Of course, a visit to the Church of the Holy Nativity is a must. And you can go down to the crypt, where, by tradition, it all started. And certainly those from a Christian background should be very concerned about what is happening to Bethlehem. One of the few surviving remnants of the tourist industry is tours of the wall, so we hired a guide for the afternoon who took us round in his car.
Now this is the northern entrance of Bethlehem from Jerusalem. Now the checkpoint is this direction, you see. Now they have blocked the streets. The question is by what right and by what virtue? Now I don't want the soldier to see us with our cameras, you see, because then they'll take my car number. I have enough problems with them. No, and the Israeli soldiers will make a fuss out of it.